Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this HP laptop model 15-DW3035CL. We're going to be replacing the screen on this. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is remove these little rubber feet. I just use my fingernails. You can use some screwdrivers or whatever works for you. Okay, so these are a bit of a pain to get out. Ouch. Alright. So we're going to remove that, and okay, you can see there's 4 screws along the bottom or the back there. Okay, we're going to remove this one too because there's likely some hidden screws under here. Not 100% sure, but let's go ahead and check. And there you go, there's one hidden screw. Okay, we're going to be using a JS1 or PH1, or you can use a, what do you call it? Yeah, PH1, J1, JS1, they should all work, right? It looks like, oh, this has that clear plastic thing stuck underneath, so we're gonna have to peel that up as well. Okay, let's see if we can peel this plastic layer. I'm using a small flathead screwdriver to kind of see if we can scrape it up. Okay, let's see, is it coming out? Come on, or is that just the rubber? Okay, so we're gonna try and peel this up, and then, wow, this is kind of annoying. All right, here we go, peel that up, and it looks like this is more of a solid plastic, so let's see if we can actually put this back on there and then have the piece come up with the entire piece. So we'll stick that on, and then we'll just peel up the, oh, I guess that didn't work. Oh, it kind of worked. Okay, there we go. So we got that out. All right, so I guess this rubber foot's probably not going to stick back down. It looks like this one has the plastic as well. So let's see if we can peel that up as well. Okay, that's going to be annoying. All right, so let's go ahead and stick this back down as well. And basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to take the plastic adhesive layer up, but it looks like it just tears, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to peel this whole thing up without yeah, I don't know, it's just peeling up. Okay, well, we're gonna leave that off, and then let's go ahead and switch back to the J1 or JS1 screwdriver. We're gonna remove the 4 screws from here. All right, and then the other 3 here. If this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their device as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Excuse me. You want to keep these screws in order. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So we got those 4. All right. Again, if I didn't mention, if this video helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Alright, anyways, all the screws except for the front 2 on these outer edges are the same size. The 2 on the outer edges are shorter. Okay, but it's always a good idea to keep them in order and put them back in the same place you got them. All right, so we got to get the screen out. Yeah, let's see. I think we have to take this whole thing out of here. So I'm going to get my fingernails in the gap here, okay, between the palm rest and the bottom cover. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push with my thumbs on the back, just like this, and you can see it pops just like that. We're going to go all the way around, just like that, okay. Carefully close it. Then we're going to go around the side and do the same thing. Okay, just like that. You can see we can pop the clips out. Go around the side here as well. And then we'll do the same. Okay. Alright, if you don't have fingernails, you can try doing this with pry tools. But I feel fingernails, because you can rotate your hand like this, works best. So you can see we already got all of that. And the back's already coming out. And then we might have to pry at the back here. There we go. And now we got the bottom cover off. It just comes out just like that. All right. So here you can see the inside of the laptop. Let me actually get a thumbnail here. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the battery. Okay, so there we go. All right, so because we're replacing the screen, we do need to disconnect the battery first. Okay, so we're going to remove this. Very important that we remove the battery, and then we're going to actually open the laptop and press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. Okay, so we got that, and it looks like there's only 4 screws. I don't know if somebody opened this before. They put an arrow here showing like there should be a screw there, but that's actually holding down the touchpad thing. Anyways, we're going to pull up from here just like that. And there we go. We got the battery out. The battery model number is HT03XL. That's actually a very common HP laptop battery model. Okay, now that we got the battery out, again, like I said, we're going to carefully open this up. And I'm going to press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. All right, this makes it a lot safer to work on, and it's very important if you're going to be replacing the screen, touching the screen connectors or anything, that you do this step, because otherwise there's a very good chance you can fry the motherboard or the screen or something. Okay, so there we go. We're going to close that down. I'm going to show you a few of the other components that are in here. It looks like there's an M.2 slot here. I don't know if this is, let's see, this is an NVMe SSD, and it looks like it supports an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD, but you will need a screw there to hold that into place, so yeah. All right, there's a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive in here. It looks like there's 2 screws here, and then once you take those 2 screws out, you can pull this up slightly and pull it back. And it looks like there's only 1 screw holding this metal bracket onto the hard drive. The other one is held in with this, there's a metal tab there. Okay, and then that, once you get it, again, you can just pull these 2 screws up. You can pull the SSD or hard drive slightly up and wiggle and pull it out. This is a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive. The connector's here, it is removable. You have the SD card slot here. Cable going over there, cable for the hard drive going here. These have little flip latches that you can flip those and then pull the cable out. I'm going to leave that alone. 2 USB ports here with the cable going there to this here. You got the DC jack charge port connector here. You got the wire running along underneath the USB board, and then it comes out, goes in between this speaker here, and then goes around and it plugs in right there. If you're going to remove that, make sure you plug it in right. The 2 red wires are going to the right side towards this keyboard connector here. Got the fan connector here. You got 1 wireless antenna. If you're going to remove the antenna, you go from the tail and you just pull straight up. And then you got a little connector here. It looks like some models have a fingerprint reader, but this one doesn't have that. Right? Again, keyboard connector here. This is the keyboard backlight connector. You have the touchpad connector here, and then this is the touchpad button connector. All right, what else? You got the LCD LVDS connectors right here. You got the speaker, another speaker connector here. It looks like this speaker has a wire running underneath, and then it most likely goes to that speaker there. And then again, LCD LVDS connector. You got this little connector here for the 3.5 millimeter auxiliary port or headphone jack, whatever you want to call it, headset jack. All right, we're going to pull out this 1 stick of RAM. There's these 2 tabs. You pull it away from the RAM, and then it comes up. Oh, there's a sticker holding it in, so let's actually take out the other one. So we'll pull these 2 tabs, because I don't want to peel that sticker up. This is PC4 3200AA. You should be okay with any PC4 3200AA RAM. All right, 4 gig sticks, so there's 2 4 gig sticks very likely, 8 gigs total. All right, so yeah, we're probably gonna have to remove the wireless antenna and then this to get the screen completely out. So let's zoom in a little here. Like I said, the antenna, go from the tail, pull straight up, okay, just like this. All right. Usually I don't like to remove the wireless antennas if I don't have to, because sometimes the solder to here is not good and it rips that connector out, but this one was okay. We're gonna flip this latch up, and then we can pull this cable out. We'll get this wireless antenna out, okay, and we'll work our way over to the side, get this out, okay, same thing, work that out, and then get over here. All right, LCD LVDS connector. Again, it's very important that you disconnect the battery and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. Okay, this one, it's kind of going to get lost, so we're just going to put that sticker there. We'll flip this latch up, once you flip that, you can go here. You want to lift up slightly from the back. Okay, once you pull up slightly, you can go ahead and pull this connector out. There we go, and then we can unroute this cable from there, and now we have both hinges undone. All right, so once you've done that, to remove the screen, it helps to kind of open the laptop to about 90 degrees. This is kind of going to end up off camera, but basically, let's see. You hang the screen, maybe I can get it, let's see. Okay, so you hang the screen over the edge of your desk here, just like that. And then we're gonna undo the hinge screws, okay? Make sure to keep track of where you got the screws from. They're in the 2 outer corner ones. Okay, oop, almost made the whole laptop fall off my desk. All right, so we got those 2 screws. All right, you leave the one towards the center out. Make sure to remember that. Okay, same thing with this side. 2 screws here. Okay, again, keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. All right, so now that we got the 4 screws out, we should be able to grab the sides of the screen and then just lift it straight up. Be careful because this cable is kind of getting caught there. Same thing with the antenna, make sure it's not getting caught. There's a little plastic thing that kind of holds it there. So we might have to kind of guide this out if we can. Let's see, it's kind of caught in there. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna have to use like a smaller screwdriver or something to push that in. So it's getting caught down where this plastic thing is. So I'm gonna pull that over and hopefully, there we go. Okay, so now we can lift the whole screen assembly out. Let me see if I can show you what I was talking about. So in here, there's this plastic piece that hangs over and that prevents the cable from coming out easily. Anyways, we're gonna set that keyboard assembly aside now. If you're wondering, the keyboard, it's held in with melted plastic here. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you need to replace the keyboard, you're probably gonna have to replace the entire keyboard assembly. Otherwise, you're gonna have a very tough job trying to get that thing out. All right. Anyways, let's see if we can get this out. So I don't know if this is a sliding. Okay, this might be a sliding mechanism because you can see it kind of slides side to side a little. So usually when it wiggles side to side like that, we got to figure out which way it needs to slide. Okay. Doesn't seem to want to slide off. Let's see if I put it this way. Can I grab it and then slide the whole thing over? It doesn't seem to want to slide off. Huh. Try this way. It doesn't want to slide off. It feels like it should slide off, but it doesn't want to. So let's see if we can roll this off. No? Oh, maybe. Okay. Wow, that's tough. Okay. What about from this side? No, definitely not going to come out this way. So I'm going to try pushing with my thumb here and see if I can pull this thing off somehow. The middle kind of rolls up, but the outer edges don't seem to want. Oh, okay. There. Oh, is that? I don't know if it's supposed to come up that way or not. Okay, it seems like it does unclip that way. So we're gonna unclip it that way. You want to be careful because I do notice this thing kind of pops out quite a bit, and hopefully it's not going to be damaged that way. But we're gonna get under here and kind of use that to help roll it. There we go. Is that how it comes out? That's the only way I can seem to get it out. So I rolled that connector out. It doesn't look like actually there's a sliding mechanism, so I think that's the only way you can do it. But you can see the plastic in there. Okay. And I don't know if something snapped off here or if that's just how the plastic is molded. I think that's how the plastic is molded because it's on both sides. There and there. Okay, make sure you don't put it upside down so you can see these hooks here, that one and this one, and those, they go towards the bottom of the screen here. So yeah, okay, so we're gonna set that piece aside. We're gonna worry about that later. And we just had to remove that so we can remove the entire frame here. So we're gonna go ahead and get under here and pull this frame up So I'm basically rotating it this way, pushing down with my thumb and pulling up with my fingernails here. So I'm gonna go this way. And I think this actually broke off before, but we're gonna go around, okay? Just like this. And then the corners, you kind of have to push that inwards towards the center. And we're gonna work our way down the sides here. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay, that's broken off. We're gonna work our way over to this side. Same thing, push the corner inwards. Okay, and these are a bit tricky. There's some adhesive here helping hold it down. So keep that in mind. It's not super easy to get off. Okay, so we're gonna continue pulling and rotating, and oh, that side's also broken. Okay, so we got this top piece. It should all be one piece actually, but yeah, it looks like it snapped. All right, let's see if we can peel this side off. Okay, so we're just gonna work our way over. And it looks like the bottom piece of the plastic comes out as well. So we'll get that out. Okay, it looks like the adhesive is kind of holding, so I gotta get in between. And you see that? It's separating. So push that adhesive back down onto the screen. And there we go. Okay, can we lift this out? So there's that edge of the bezel. Okay, we'll set that aside as well. And the screen has these stretch release adhesive tabs. So what we're gonna have to do, you can use like some tweezers or whatever works for you. But basically, these are stretch release adhesives. I'm gonna turn it this way. Okay, so there's two tabs. There's one here. So you lift that up. And then we're basically gonna have to pull this straight back. And then obviously there's another one on this side. So yeah, all right. So let's see if we can remove this. So we're gonna get underneath here. Try and keep this from sticking to itself so you can reuse it if possible. Okay, it looks like it curves over and then goes over to here. So this goes kind of sideways, and then this whole tab comes out. So we're gonna actually pull from this edge, not from this. And then let me rotate it sideways so it's a little bit easier to work on. And we're gonna grab that and slowly pull on it this way, okay? You wanna go slow because if you pull too fast, you might tear this adhesive, and you wanna try and pull it straight back like this, okay? Right, and it stretches, then you can grab here and you can pull some more, but basically you gotta keep alternating. Again, try and prevent it from sticking to itself so that you can reuse it. If you do end up making this adhesive stick to itself, you can just use any double stick adhesive, but probably use less so you don't end up having to completely destroy the screen next time you have to pull this out. But okay, so there we go. Yeah, be careful not to make it stick to itself. And oh, there we go. So there we go. That's what the adhesive looks like, and you can see it's like that. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this aside so that I can have it for later, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing with this one. All right, so grab the tab, pull that. Okay, same thing. It kind of goes out to the side here, and then we'll grab that, and we'll pull this like that. So try and pull from the white part. Don't try and pull from here because it might detach from this black portion there. Okay, so same thing. Just pull that and get that out. Okay. Okay. Try to prevent it from sticking to itself so that we can. Oh. Okay, so it kind of. There we go. All right, so we got the other one out. We're gonna set that aside. Okay, now let's see if we can get the whole screen out. So the screen. Yep. Okay, so it tips forward. Be careful with this because there's not much slack there, so you can actually unroute it a little bit from here. Just make sure to put it back when you're done. Okay, now we're gonna flip this over here, and we have access to the screen connector here. I gotta be careful because we got all the little screws going on over there, but okay, we have access over here. What did I do with I had a plastic razor blade thing, but I don't know where that is, so let me actually just grab. Okay, I don't have the handle, but we have a plastic razor blade here. Basically, we're gonna get underneath this tape tab here, so we're gonna just get under there, just like this. I know, sorry, it's kind of zoomed out here, but I don't have room on my desk to get it centered to zoom in more. So there we go. Then we're gonna carefully peel this adhesive all the way. And once you get that, we're gonna actually go towards the corner edges of this connector. All right, let me see if I can zoom a tiny bit more at least. I know it's off to the side, but all right, so you get over there. I get my thumbnails at the edge of that connector, and I kind of wiggle and pull that, and there you go. There's the screen removed. The screen model in here, you might want to check yours because yours might be different, but this is B156XTK02.0. So that's the model number. And yeah, this is hardware version 4A, okay? So again, yours might be different, so you might want to open yours up and check. So there's the screen. We're going to set that aside. Okay. And hopefully the screen is the same. A lot of times they like to send compatible models instead of like the matching, like same exact. So it might be a different screen model, but yeah. All right, we're gonna cut this thing open. Okay. Let's see what they sent us here. Bunch of UPS envelopes. Hopefully it survived the middle of the packaging. Huh. These UPS and USPS. Alright, so it looks like we got another UPS. They got 2 UPS envelopes. Alright, then they got this pink foam thing here. What else is there? Packaging material. That's not good. So they gave actually some stretch release adhesives here. These ones are shorter, and then it doesn't really follow the same tab area like that, how it goes off to the side. But they also packed some tools with it. I'm probably not going to use those tools, but we'll set that aside. Okay, and here is the screen, B156 XTK02.0. hardware version 4A. So I think that's exactly the same. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually peel this off because the tape is gonna be blocked when we go to actually put this on. So I'm gonna peel this off here. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and reconnect this cable. So very important, you get it all completely lined up. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and put the, let's go ahead and put the adhesive strips back here first so you can kind of see how it works. All right, one of them got damaged, so let's see. So it kind of tore off a little bit of it, so I'll show you here. But we got 2 tabs, okay? So we got this one, all right? This one got a little bit damaged, but basically, sorry, the tab goes here. It goes underneath this into there, okay? And then it goes flush this way. And it basically follows down. There's like a line here. So you follow down that line, okay? And just drop it in and there. Okay, so we're missing like this tiny little tail bit of it, but it's not that important to have the entire amount, so don't worry about that. Okay, we got the second one. And this is actually still more adhesive than the little strips that they gave us, so we're gonna put that, right? Then we got this one, same thing, try and line it up there. Okay, and then it follows that top piece, and then this just follows that line going down there. Okay, just like that. And because we stretched it, it actually goes further than the original, like how it was originally. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we got the 2 adhesive tabs back in. We're gonna put that up, and we're gonna go ahead and get this back in. So line this up. Okay, and then we gotta get the edges, make sure the edges are in all the way, and then pull that in. All right, can be a little tricky. Make sure the edges go in, and there we go. Okay, so make sure it's in all the way, and then stick that down. Make sure you don't put too much pressure on the screen. You don't want to push like on it or anything, because then you can crack it, or yeah. All right, we're gonna now slide this back over here. Make sure this cable ends up back on top. You don't want to trap that under the screen. All right, and then we're gonna take this off. Make sure we don't trap that underneath. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna actually rotate this upside down. And the reason being is we actually want to get the top edge lined up first. So I'm gonna hold this so that the screen is up above. We're gonna get the top corner in, and then the other top corner. Make sure both corners are in all the way. I'm pulling this down into the corners, and then we're gonna slowly drop that. And there we go. All right, then you can push that down to get the adhesive held on. We're gonna flip this back over this way, and then we're gonna get this cable all back threaded in that. Okay, get that in just like that, and back in there. Okay, so now we got that all back into place. We are now going to put these pieces back in. So we'll get this. Normally this would all be one big piece, but like you saw, it snapped off. Okay, so we're gonna get this in like that. Make sure that clips in. Get this, make sure that clips in, good. Then you can work your way over and clip these down here in as well. Okay, there's little clips that hold that in. Okay, all right, and then also the adhesive, if you want, you can add more adhesive if it's not sticking well anymore. But this one's still sticking well, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, then obviously we had this frame that separated. Let's go ahead and flip this over so we can actually start with the top corners here. So go ahead and add an angle here, and then we will work on this one. Okay, all right, and we'll work our way over the edges. That in and click that. There we go. And then I'm gonna have to lift this as well so I can get that in. Okay, and then we'll click that down. All right, now we got to get this piece back in, and again we want these hooks to go towards the bottom, so we're gonna flip that. And line that up, push that down, and it all just clicks in. There you go. Perfect. All right, so we got that all good. Let's go ahead and get the keyboard palm rest assembly part back. Same thing here. Okay, we're gonna have this going over the edge of the desk again here. Zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so make sure the cables are on top. Okay, so the cables, right? Is that how it was? I don't know. All right, actually no, the cables go underneath. Okay, so make sure the cables are going back underneath the hinge, I believe. Okay, so we will drop this down. Make sure the cables are going where they're supposed to go. Under there, right? Did it go underneath? Is it supposed to go underneath? No, I think it's supposed to go on top. Okay. Alright, so drop this back down. Okay, and then make sure this cable goes back into that little area. To be honest, you could probably even just snap that plastic piece off to make it easier, but let's try and not do that. Okay, there we go. And then get this one in there as well. Yeah. Okay, There we go. Now let's go ahead and get these screws in. Right? It's supposed to be on top, right? How did... This is like that, and this was that going under there? Kind of want to rewatch my video to see, because this little notch here is for nothing then. Yeah, I don't think that notch was being used. I'm pretty sure it doesn't go underneath because it'll get squished and damaged. Okay, so I'm going to loosely fit the screw first, and then loosely fit this screw as well. Loosely fit this screw, and loosely fit this screw. All right, let's go ahead now and tighten it down. We're going to tighten it down on these first. Okay, the ones closest to the center, because they have more leverage to pull the whole thing. Then we'll tighten the other one. That and this one. Okay, we're gonna now close this up. So I'm gonna put this on the screen and then tilt this down. And let's zoom in again. Now we need to get these connectors back in. I'm gonna rotate it this way because it's easier to work on it in this direction. So let's zoom in here, and we'll get the LCD LVDS connector back in. So this goes in like this. All right, there we go. And then we'll flip that latch down. Get this cable back in here, okay. Just like that. And we're pulling this so it's out of the way so that when we put the cover on, it's not going to get clamped or anything. All right, then the wireless antenna on this side. Okay, so that one went underneath there. Then it goes into this. Okay, follows this groove here. Over here as well. All right, and then it just goes down, and then it goes into the wireless antenna thing here, if I'm not mistaken. Line that up. You'll know it's lined up because it gets caught, and then you can click that down. Okay, you'll actually feel it click into place. All right, now we got this cable. Make sure that latches up. Get this cable in. Okay, make sure it goes straight in, and then flip that latch down. Okay, now that we got that, let's zoom out here. Okay, so we got that. All right, so all that's left now is the battery. I think we got everything else back, yep. All right, so line up the battery. Lower this down, push that into place. Okay, and now let's get the 4 battery screws back in. So we got the 2 holding here. One there, one here. One on this corner, and one on this corner. Alright. Then we got the bottom cover. Just clean it a little bit. Clean this a little bit. Okay, there we go. Then we'll get a thumbnail here, I guess. Alright, get this bottom cover back on. Line it all up. Click it all down into place. Alright, it's always good to check, make sure. Okay, looks good. Alright, and then we just gotta get the screws back in and power it up, and we should be good to go. Alright, so let's get these screws back in. We're gonna test it before we put the rubber feet on, just because the rubber feet are annoying, but we are gonna get the screws at least in the back here, just to help with holding it together. Sometimes the hinges can be put a little bit of a strain on the device, especially if it doesn't have all the screws in. So we're gonna put all these screws in. Okay. And hopefully it has charge already, so I don't have to find a charger to plug in. There we go. flip this thing over and let's power it up. And I don't hear any signs of life, so I think I might have to plug this one in. Yeah, I don't hear any signs of life here, so let me go grab a charger and I'll be back. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. Also on these laptops, the battery usually acts as the CMOS, BIOS, RTC, real-time clock battery. So most likely after when we power it on, it's going to take a while. So here we go. Press the power button. I do see the light on the left side. The power light is on now. Before it wasn't on. And we're going to give it some time. I see the screen kind of flashing on and off. Give it some more time and it should pop up with like the BIOS was reset or whatever screen. So we'll see. Sometimes also because we did pull the RAM out or moved it around, maybe sometimes the RAM might have some weird issues, but let's see. Oh, there you go. All right, CMOS was reset. So here you can see it gives you this message. So we're just going to press enter to continue and we should be good to go. The fact that it's showing that means we should be fine, and the screen's working. One other thing to note, it's a good idea to restart your computer once you replace any major hardware like this. Not like just shut down, but actually restart. And there you go, it looks good. So we're gonna go in here and I'm just gonna do a restart. It looks like they entered the password wrong a billion times because they couldn't see the screen. So anyways, we're just gonna do a restart, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and put the rest of the screws in and the rubber foot, and we should be good to go. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. Again, if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living, especially since YouTube is paying me a lot less now. I don't know why, but I don't know. At the start of the year, they just dropped how much they were paying me by a lot. So yeah, alright, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment as well. Right, even if you just say like hi or something on my other videos, it'll help a lot. But yeah, let's go ahead and get these things back in. For the rubber feet, because it stretches out, it helps to kind of get the ends in and then work your way towards the center. That way the kind of stretch pushes back in towards the center. Okay, so we're going to do this one, go on the outer edge, then go over here, get that outer edge in as well. And then you can work your way in towards the center. This one actually wasn't stretched as bad as the other one. And that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.